Hello everyone, it's Mimi DeLongpre and welcome back to another video, girl. So today we are going to be looking at the Mean Girls palette from Storybook Cosmetics. If you don't know who Storybook Cosmetics is, they do a bunch of products based off of some hit movies and TV shows. They have Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, they have Harry Potter, but it's not really called Harry Potter, and now they have Mean Girls. When this palette came out, everyone and they mama lost their damn minds. Like, everyone's losing their minds about this palette because the Wizardry and the Witchcraft palette, the Harry Potter palette, did so well. Look at this girl. She is gorgeous. Now, you can see that they got the copyright claim to this one. You know, they got the rights to the Mean Girls because it's right here. Hello. It is so beautiful. I personally love Storybook Cosmetics. I was into them when they had just released the Wizardry and Witchcraft palette. I don't know why I sound so drunk there, but I'm not. But this is absolutely stunning. This is quite expensive too. This is $55 and we're gonna see if it's worth the money. I have not swatched any of these shadows. I have not put any of these shadows on my eyes. I have simply just, you know, bought the palette so I could show it to you guys. It is so pretty and I'm gonna read what's on the back. Once upon a time, there was 3 sisters who never stopped believing in fairy tales. And they lived happily ever after. Daddy! Okay, alright, so I took off the extra layer that was on the palette and now this is just the palette itself. The same thing on the front and back. And here she is. Here is this Mean Girls eyeshadow palette. First off, hello, I love the inside. It's shaped like a book, if you guys can see. It is shaped like a book. It looks like there's pages, but in reality it's just like the shadows and stuff. And then you have on the inside right here it says, "You're like really pretty." Love the shade names. Okay, let me read the shade names, girl. You ready? You Can't Sit With Us. Cool Mom. It's October 3rd. The Plastics. Regina George. Mouse. Duh. She doesn't even go here. Wednesday. So Fetch. And Coco. Gruel. And Is Butter a Carb? I love all the references made to the actual movie. I'm so excited to dip into this palette. Alright, so I've already primed my eyes so we can dip right into these shadows. Now, looking at the palette, let's break down which formula is what for which shadow. So, starting with Is Butter a Carb, she is like a shimmer shade. She's not metallic, she's not satin or matte, she is a shimmer shade, and she's yellow. So she's definitely like an inner corner moment. She's not like yellow like, you know, where it's bad. It's actually quite pretty. It's not gold. It's not like, you know, a mustard yellow. It's quite pretty. I like it. It looks like butter. Gruel, which is like a metallic, slimy green looking shade. Very fitting for the name. Then we have Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco. Which is just a brown. I think it's fitting because, you know, cocoa. And then we have So Fetch, which is a orange, and I thought this was also so fitting because Gretchen Wieners, you think of like Gretchen Wieners when you say that, and her shirt was orange, which is also an unflattering shade on her anyways. We have Wednesday, which is pink because Wednesdays we wear pink. Then you have You Can't Sit With Us, which is like a dark pink. So far we have shimmer, metallic, matte, 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 matte. So all those shades just mentioned are matte. And then we have the Plastics, which is just a white matte shadow. Then we have Regina George, which isn't like a shimmer shade. It's more so like a satin shade because there's not that much like glitter pigment or, you know, metallic-iness in it. Then we have Mouse, Duh, which is like, you know, just a silver metallic shade, girl. It's very pretty. Then we have You Can't Sit With Us, which is just like a peachy matte pink that you could put in the crease, girl. And then we have Cool Mom, which is another satiny shade. And then we have October 3rd, which is a metallic shade, which is also black, which I think is supposed to be for like, you know, October, Halloween, whatever. But let's get into the shadows. We're gonna go in with Wednesday first and see how she looks in the crease. Tapping into Wednesday automatically, let's see if there's any fallout. Ooh, well, I mean, compared to other shadows I've touched in the past, like the Bretman Rock collection and the like box of crayons, this has kind of like a heavy fallout level. I tapped into it quite lightly, and I mean there's a bunch of pigment on the brush, but there is some heavy fallout that, you know, you have to blow away. So finally, without further ado, let's put this on the lid. We love a pink moment. Oh my god, I've been wanting to do a pink on my channel for so long, and I just like haven't been able to because I don't have any like super vibrant pink shadows. So this is making me very, very excited. I'm just putting Wednesday all in the crease and blending her out. Alright, so that's Wednesday in the crease. Hello pigmentation with some heavy fallout, but it's still beautiful nonetheless. Hello. Going in with an Anastasia dual brush, I think I'm gonna go in with You Can't Sit With Us. This is You Can't Sit With Us on the brush. Really nice. In the pan, same thing as Wednesday. It's kind of heavy fallout, but you know, I've never been one to be like a huge stickler for fallout. So it doesn't really, you know, concern me, but if you're someone who does not like fallout, like you want as much bang for your buck as you can get, then, you know, be warned, this does have a pretty heavy fallout rate. Alright, so Wednesday and You Can't Sit With Us are playing very nicely in the crease area. Alright, so that is Wednesday and You Can't Sit With Us in the crease. So, what else do I want to go in with? Now we have like a vibrant pink crease. I think it's time to touch the lid. We're going to go in with Regina George on the inner of the lid, and then we're going to go in with, she doesn't even go here, on the outer of the lid. The Regina George is the first like satin shade I'm dipping into that is in this palette. Very pretty. On the brush, you can't really see it that much. I'm going to go in one more time, like light through the shadow again. And here we are. This is Regina George. Let's put her on the inner of the lid. So while I'm doing this, let me just tell you guys a quick like little tidbit about Storybook Cosmetics, because they are such a great company to me. I think it's so clever taking some of our favorite, you know, movies and shows and turning them into, you know, products that we can use on a daily. You know, when I saw the Wizardry and Witchcraft palette, I was like, oh my god, you are giving me my biggest nerd fantasies. I am living for this. And so one of my first makeup products was a Storybook Cosmetics product because I had gotten into it like in the beginning of me finding out makeup. And I have it. Girl, let me get it real quick. Alright, took me just a tad bit of digging. This is the Storybook Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Horror. This is one of my first liquid lipsticks ever. So this is my Storybook Cosmetics liquid lipstick. This is one of my first liquid lipsticks ever. One of my actual, like, I think my very first one was a Can't Vaccinate Kids Kat Von D lipstick in the shade Vampira, which is now like long gone away from me. But this is a gorgeous, you know, very matte formula. It is so good. It's not drying, but it looks gorgeously matte on the lips. Like, I would demo it for you, but like, you know, we have pink going on and pink and red. I mean, that's just a huge, that's a look, but not for this, you know. And has anyone else noticed my gorgeous wig in the back? We have this like blue fantasy that we're gonna put on after this, and she's styled. She's not just straight, she's like crimped and teased. So like, I am giving you like the whole drag fantasy with this video. It better go good, girl. I better get a lot of views on this video, else I'm gonna be angry. Alright, let's continue with the makeup look. So looking at Regina George, she is a pretty shade, and I am trying to like, you know, make her completely opaque on the lid, while also building her up to almost look like a cut crease when she is like not, because there is no concealer on her. So going into the back of the dual Anastasia brush, I'm going to go in with, she doesn't even go here, and see what we get. Now, unlike all of the other matte shadows in this palette, when I tap into She Doesn't Even Go Here, I don't see that much fallout. Like, I got a lot of fallout from Wednesday, You Can't Sit With Us, but She Doesn't Even Go Here has little to no fallout, girl. That's good. Putting She Doesn't Even Go Here on the outer of the lid, let's see what she looks like. She's definitely like a dark pink, so she's definitely meant to like give dimension or give you like a dark pink smoky eye. Look at how vibrant this look is. I mean, I live for this so much. It's so pretty. But I'm not really liking Regina George. You know what? Yeah, I take that back. I don't really like Regina George. Sorry about it. I think I'm gonna put something on top of Regina George because I think it's giving me like underwhelming vibes. So I'm gonna do something very bold here, and I'm gonna go in with Gruel. Alright, so tapping into Gruel, and I'm gonna put her on the lid. Let's see what happens. You know, she is a very metallic shade, so there's no fallout. Usually that happens with a lot of brands. All of their metallic shades seem to just stay together because, you know, the glitters in them are just like fused together, and they don't like to, you know, cause a lot of trouble. So let's put Gruel on the lid on top of Regina George. Hopefully this doesn't ruin like the formula of Gruel. Ooh, she's putting green. She's putting this like ogre, get out of my swamp green on the lid. Is she insane? Yes, she is. Did Gruel like snap? Did Gruel snap? Did, oh, like, hello. Okay, going in with, she doesn't even go here to blend out Gruel and not make it such a blunt, like, you know, Gruel just came in and stole the show, which she kind of did. All right, so that's Gruel on the lid, and she's kind of looking sickening. Like, I'm gagging. Like, I wasn't expecting it to look good, and it looks good. So, for the lower lash line, I think I'm gonna go in with some Cool Mom and some more Wednesday, just to, you know, give us some nice blue and pink fantasies. Ooh, that's vibrant. Ooh, that's a vibrant blue. Okay. So for the inner corner, we've already done so much with this look. We are gonna go in with Is Butter a Carb, because if you're gonna go bold, you might as well do like all the bold shades, you know what I'm saying? Now in the pan, a little bit more fallout than all of its other satin shades. We didn't get that much fallout with Regina George, which is another satin shade, or Cool Mom, but Is Butter a Carb did have a little bit more of like a fallouty type of formula, and I don't think you guys can even see her on the brush, but that is Butter a Carb. Let's put her on the inner corner. She's much more yellow than I anticipated. Okay, so we have a lot of colors going on here. Thank God they all kind of like correlate with each other, which I'm really happy about. So let me go do the other eye, and I'll be right back to give you guys my final results and swatch. All right, everyone, so I did the other eye and I put on some lashes. So I didn't want to get into full drag yet because I did want to do the swatches before, you know, y'all got to see all that good. So let's go into the burn book one more time and let's look at all the swatches of all the shades, shall we? We're gonna start off from the top. We're gonna go from Is Butter a Carb? So here is Butter a Carb. One of the most talked about in the palette, we have Gruel, which is on my lids right now. This shade I did not touch today. This is Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco. Going into another shade I did not touch today. This is So Fetch. Going into one of the shades I did use today. This is Wednesday. Oof, look at that Wednesday, girl. Very vibrant. All right, so with some clean fingers, going back into the palette, we have, she doesn't even go here. Ooh, this one felt dry. Swatching her felt really dry, but you know, nice pigment, so, you know, can't complain. Now we have the plastics, which I did use. It is used as my white highlighter on top of my brows today. Also felt a little bit chalky while swatching, but you can't deny the pigment, you know, so you can't really complain if it's pigmented. And if you are complaining and it's pigmented, shut up. Next up, I would say my least favorite shade in the palette, we have Regina George. Who would have thought I did not like Regina George? You know, maybe on the inner corner, but not a lid moment, girl. I think you're a finale. Regina George is always a finale. We're gonna go into a shade that I did not go into today. We have Mouse, duh. Ooh, she's pigmented. Going into another shade I went into today, we have the matte shade of You Can't Sit With Us. You see, this is what I do behind the scenes when I'm not gonna edit this out right now, but this is what I do. This is why we jump skip. Because I'm over here like scraping my fingers. I'm like, ugh. Okay. Now, another shade I went into, we have Cool Mom right here. Sickening Lover. All of these are pigmented. I'm so happy. I love Storybook. Okay, and finally, the last shade, I did not go into this today. We have It's October 3rd. Ooh, look at her. She kind of like, you know, intertwined with Cool Mom for a second. Sorry about that, Cool Mom. But look at her. So sorry about that last swatch, but here are all the shades swatched down from Is Butter a Carb to October 3rd. I am so pleased with this palette. This palette gives me so much life. The packaging, the shadows, everything about this, from the shade names to the shadows to the packaging, is just A1, A+. I love Storybook Cosmetics. Alright everyone, and this is the finished look. She is giving you big drag hair, she is giving you blue, she is giving you pink fantasies, okay? There's a lot going on in this look, and I think she's giving you summer in the eyes, and I think she's giving you like, I don't know what I'm giving you in the hair and outfit. I don't know. I think I think this looks good in a weird way. That is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And it's time for my final thoughts. Overall, for Storybook Cosmetics, I am so happy I was finally able to test out one of their eyeshadow palettes, and I'm so happy it was the Burn Book. Like, holy crap, this eyeshadow palette is amazing. If you are someone who has just been dying to do a pink smoky eye like me, be sure to get this product. I think that the shadows are super pigmented. I think that even though there is some heavy fallout, it is completely forgivable because these shadows, this entire concept is amazing. I literally, even if I went out of the shadows, I'm just keeping the packaging because the packaging is pretty. So, so proud of Storybook. I can't wait to see what they come out with in the future. And by the way, these lashes are Tarte lashes in the style, I think Goddess. Yes, Goddess. Goddess, yes. So that is all for this video, and it is time for the outro. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more great videos like this, please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. I post every Tuesday and Friday, and if you want to be notified about when I post on Friday, please be sure to hit a bell notification so you get a notification about every single time I post. That's just the true thesis. So that is it for this video. I keep saying that, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!